nghe
color
lại các tấm bài anh viết daily và hôm nay thì khi mà vô học được cái khóa học của mình.
Thank you very much for our teachers and the organization giving me the opportunity to be able to do this, simulating, interpreting K37. And at the moment, Miss Văn Thị Phượng is sharing her lesson insight and realization. She and her husband together participate in K37 right now. Let me share the screen.
Em bắt đầu nghe thì em thấy hay cái thích hay quá. Cái bắt đầu nghe tới lui cái bài này bài kia rồi đó. Và em có cái tính.
She has been listening to the courses many times over and over again. Hello em Tâm. Okay. And she also introduced the courses to her friend and her husband. And in her family, there's a her relative also listen to the courses. The first day she participating in the course, she has been invited to speak by teacher Quế Minh. And when she listened to the knowledge, she learned the knowledge, she immediately shared it with her friend. She also participating in the tendons and bone reconstruction class. Okay. And when she participating in class, her friends also asked to do it together with her. Recently, she also signed up. She enrolls in Mentor 7. She and her sister, both of them, together got interviewed in the afternoon of the 17th. And she's very happy to tell everyone that she has passed the interview. And she has received the invitation letter to participate in the course. Her husband is also a teacher. He's teaching mathematics. He retired now. He used to be a teacher. He retired. Now, both of them actually retired now for the last 6 years. In the past, she has participating in the course just by herself, but since she turned the speaker up, eventually speaker loud, her husband eventually wanted to accompany her on this course and learning together. So her life, there has so many problems problems emerge in her life, and those problems just keep happening over and over again. Hello, chào Lý Hồng Minh. So she thinks that when she learned this knowledge, she transformed to become a new person, and she very appreciate and be grateful to the knowledge. This knowledge has led her and her family to the new direction in life. And tomorrow evening, the group with community in the middle of countries. They going to gather together, and she will participate in that as well in order to meet our teacher, Mr. Toàn. Okay. Thank you very much, chị Văn Phượng and Bảo. Okay. Right. So I don't know what you just said. Now there's another family, another couple raise their hand now. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay. In the evening, if husband and wife can learn together, can participate together in this course, then they simply to have a harmonious family relationships. Mostly the wife would want the husband to participate together. And I noticed that before you raise your hand, Mr. Phạm Hoàng Huy raised his hand earlier. Okay. So the participant name is Phạm Huy Hoàng, and he got to know the organization by the connector name Phạm Thị Trúc. And he got to know the organization about a month ago, just a month ago. And before she joined K37, he listened to the record audio of the organization. And he realized that at this moment in time of his life, he needs to focus on learning this knowledge in order to transform his life. So he has managed to resolve many problems in his life. For example, if he going to practice, then how can he be able to find the genuine truth within himself? And he understands that about the human energetic structure, which help him to solve a lot of questions that he had in life. He had questions that a person who has level 2 wisdom is a person who do not require the changes from the external circumstances, but require the changes within themselves. So he thinks this sentence is right, but he wants to know the word desire. They're wanting in this definition. So his situation is that in his family, he thinks his son is too fat, and he keep criticizing his son. So they having argument all the time. And what should he do about this? And also in the school, there's a naughty student who didn't listen didn't follow the rules. Then what teacher should do to help the student to improve if applying this definition that he just said, by not demand on other people to change, not wanting order to change. Okay. Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Phạm. This is the very good questions that you had. So the word, okay, mưu cầu. That means that if you unable to do it, you will feel uneasy, you will feel annoyed. Okay, but if you only want other people to I want to create value for other people. Okay, then that's what you should do. Okay, but we don't demand them to change. We don't. Okay. We don't get annoyed, get angry when people not change. People don't change. Okay, but of course, if we want order to change, what we do right now is for the purpose of people transformation, but we don't get attached to the idea of they have to change. Okay. For example, now you see your son too fat, you feel annoyed, you feel angry because it affects his health, his life, and you make your son have to lose weight. Then that's create the argument between you and your son. Okay, that's not good. But what we should do is follow the principle of questions aligning with design. Then you should start from asking your son to get his knowledge, to get what he knows. Okay, to see that maybe your son think that a person with fat will be rich. A person who is fat can keep body warm. So you need to understand his perspective, what he understanding. Okay. And then if you found out that those understanding are not suitable, then you provide him the beneficial concept. Okay. And asking your son if he wants you to accompany your son on the journey of losing weight. Okay. Okay. So we only want one order to change, but we don't get attached to the idea of they have to change. Okay. So the person who have the second level of wisdom will not demand order to change, but they going to change inside of themselves. Okay. And Mr. Pham said to his son that if you don't lose your weight, you don't come back to this house. Okay, and he need to change his image about his mental image about his son. Okay, so is that the good advice? Okay, and that's the thing is that he advising the father, but the father need to talk to the son. So basically, you need to sit down and talk to the person who is fat, okay, to understand what their point of views, what their perspective. Okay, because some maybe they think that a fat person is a rich person, a fat person will attract prosperity and wealth. So you need to know their point of view first. Otherwise, if you get attached to the idea of the son needs to lose weight, then it will create suffering in the relationship. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Pham said that he understands that he got enlightened with an idea that if the father helping the son but without talking to the son to understand the son's perspective, okay, but the father only build a mental image in his mind. Okay, so follow the theory, we change the image, we change life, but that image doesn't influence his son. Hello cô Camelia, mừng quá.
Dạ hello cô, sorry em ngủ quên.
Dạ không sao, em gọi cô không có được, em gọi cô nó cứ bị cancel không mà em không có số điện thoại luôn, cho nên
Dạ.
không sao. Tỉnh chưa hay là cần một vài phút để để sẵn
Ok,
sàng.
em vài phút nha để em chuẩn bị, tại vì
Ok.
nãy giờ em mới vừa mở máy lên
Dạ
thôi.
dạ, ok cô chuẩn bị đi, em tiếp tục.
Cô.
Chưa có vào cái nội dung chính, vẫn đang bài học toán nước ngộ ra. Dạ.
Dạ. Dạ biết ơn cô.
Vâng. There's the couple Mr. Thốc Thanh family. Okay. Please turn your mic on and say hello to everyone because it is 8:05 now. Okay. Okay. And their mother is also participating in K37 as well. So the whole family, so everyone please hold the image for their family to be able to continue this journey together. Thank you very much, everyone. We're going to listen to one piece of music, and then we continue with the third level of wisdom. This is one of the most important level. Okay. Nghe nhạc hay cả nhà. Cô Minh luôn luôn là chỉ cho nghe một bài nhạc rất là hay. Thì Toàn với lại các thầy cô khác thì thấy nhiều nhạc, chứ cô Minh là luôn luôn trung thành một bài nhạc duy nhất rồi, cho bài thôi. Còn nói sao?
Em hẹn đồng hồ hồi sáng sớm, xong cái em dậy, xong cái em ngủ tiếp.
Không sao đâu. Thứ hai mà thường là cuối tuần Happy Easter anyway, by the way.
Dạ Happy Easter cô. Ủa này mình có cần phải viết lại không cô?
Là sao? Là có nghĩa là thầy cô viết gì mình cũng sẽ viết trên màn hình đó. Còn viết lại là sao?
À là đúng rồi, thầy cô viết gì là mình viết lại trên màn hình bằng tiếng Anh đó hả?
Dạ đúng rồi.
Dạ vậy em có đi kiếm cái file.
Chuẩn bị màn hình viết đi. Khi nào ready kêu Trang.
Dạ.
Trang tiếp tục, khi nào ready kêu. Khi nào ready thì nhảy vô thôi. Cô Minh chỉ có cho một bài nhạc thôi cho nên không nhiều thời gian để chuẩn bị đâu. Đủ để chạy vô phòng vệ sinh làm cái dèo chạy ra thôi á. Mình xịt ghê luôn chứ. Khi nào mình mới có mấy bài hát này bằng tiếng Anh ha? Trang có cái bài này bằng Trang có cái bài ní cái gì chào các ní bằng tiếng Anh nè. Bài đã được trước mình dịch ra cái cho mọi người ở trong Equid hát, rồi cho nhóm Equid Kids á, cho mấy bé hát. Nhưng mà mới làm được có một bài à.
Rồi ai hát cô? Nếu mà mình dịch ra hết rồi ai hát?
Thì mình sẽ yêu cầu bên đội ngũ của bạn gì đấy, bạn gì con của thầy Thống đấy. Hát, bạn đấy tiếng Anh bạn ấy sọn sò lắm đó nha. Với lại thầy Thống, trời, thầy Thống là giảng viên tiếng Anh mà. Hát cũng ngon. Kiểu là có lời ơi. Chắc vậy thôi.
Sáng sớm quá đứa trẻ cái mặt nó ngố ngố mù mù ngơ ngơ.
Xinh đẹp rồi. Mình phải tự kỷ ám thị là mình lúc nào cũng đẹp, ngủ cũng đẹp, khóc cũng đẹp.
cho đời bông hoa sầu phẩm chân thắp sáng ngọt ngún nhà. La 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 bông hoa cho chôn hóa nội tâm chân chân mình như cội nguồn cuộc sống bắt đầu từ chính ta. Mưa xuân đang phơi phới làm ngất ngây hồn ta. Em như cô gái vừa mới biết yêu lần đầu và mãi mãi thuở ban đầu. La 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 la.
Trời, đúng chính xác luôn, cô Minh xuất hiện luôn.
Hay lắm. Cô Minh là ngày nào có chia sẻ là cũng chỉ có một bài nhạc nữa thôi.
Ủa, được bài nữa nè. Ủa không, hết luôn.
Mời đi em. Chị là ban tổ chức chui tắt thôi. Okay, we are coming back to the session, everyone. Miss Phan Tỷ Thi said that the song is so nice. Yesterday we already talked about the second level of wisdom. Okay, so today we continue with the third levels of wisdom. And before we going to talk about the third level of wisdom, we're going to talk about the second state of inner awareness. So please help me to write down that we're going to talk about the third state of inner awareness. So yesterday we talked about the first state of inner awareness corresponding to the first level of wisdom, and second state of inner awareness corresponding to the second levels of wisdom. Okay, please write down the third state of level. The third state of inner awareness is the state of inner emptiness. Is the state of inner emptiness. Okay. The third state of inner awareness is the state of inner emptiness. Is the state of inner emptiness of inner being. Is the state of. So the third state of inner emptiness is the state of inner emptiness, emptiness of inner being. So throughout this course we have already talked about this the inner emptiness, but I'm going to explain again, and please listen to it with the initial meditation, okay? Initial mentality, okay? And please allow me to redraw this. Sorry, forgot to share the screen. Okay, so we know that our human energetic structure, the core, the mind, the core part, okay, is ý nghe, okay. Ý nghe, ý, okay. Ý nghe. So be hearing, seeing, ý nghe, ý thấy, ý nói, ý biết. Be hearing, seeing, Big knowing. So this is our mind. Okay. And then we have the second, our mind, the genuine truth, and the outside we have the human nature layer. And the outside we have the emotional layer. So when a message conveyed to us, okay. So do you think that this knowledge will go to the emotional layer first, or go to the human nature layer first, or go to the mind first? So when the message conveyed to us, okay, is go to our inner being, and we know that our inner being includes emotion, human layer, and the mind, right? So where do it go first? Where does it go first? Majority of everyone answer that it go directly to the mind first. So we agree with each other on certain terms, such as we are responding with emotion, we're analyzing and responding with emotion. Okay, respond with emotions. Okay, analyze and distinguish at human nature. And distinguish. Okay, at human nature and receive in our mind, with our mind. So when the message conveyed to us, we know that it's go directly to the mind. Okay, and that nothing happened there until later on the human nature and emotion jump in. So when the message, okay, affect come to us and go directly to our mind, then there will be the delight before human nature and emotion jump in. So that delight we call it the inner emptiness of the inner being. Okay, so that delight we call it the inner emptiness of the inner being. Okay, we don't need to understand, we just need to receive this knowledge. Okay, we just need to receive that inside of us we have the inner being, and within that inner being we have ý nghe, thấy, nói, ý, biết. Okay, we only just need to receive it. We don't need to understand, we don't need to analyze, distinguish or anything. We just need to receive it. Okay. Okay. If you haven't received it, don't worry. Okay, you can continue to participate in the future courses in order to receive it. But for now, okay, the delight before human nature and emotion jump in, we call it the inner emptiness of the inner being. Okay, so there's a participant said that previously she heard other people talk negative to her. She started analyzing and distinguishing, responding differently to other people. But now, after learning this knowledge, when she heard other people talking negative, she only receives, she know that she aware that she hearing it, without any responding, any analyzing and distinguishing. Okay, so that is the inner emptiness of the inner being. When the message goes straight to our mind, we don't let human nature or emotion jumping in just yet. Okay, we only receive with the mind. Okay, so if anyone asks us, what is our so when is the inner emptiness, okay, or what is the inner emptiness, and when is the emptiness arise, inner emptiness arise, then how do we answer? Okay, because if we continue to talk about inner emptiness, then people will start asking us those questions, which is what is the emptiness, or when is the emptiness arise? Okay, what is the answer? So the answer is in the state of inner emptiness arise when ý nghe ý thấy, the genuine truth, be hearing seeing is the genuine truth, which means when we receive the message with a delay and that human nature and emotion have not yet intervened. Okay, so what I'm saying here, you don't have to understand, just hear it, just hear what I'm saying. Okay, so when a message conveyed to us, there is a delay, okay, before human nature and emotion to intervene. Okay, that's at that moment we genuine hearing, we genuine seeing, and that genuine hearing and seeing nature, we there's nothing intervene. It's create a delay, and that delayness we call it the inner emptiness. Okay, let's get an image, a metaphor for us to easier to understand this. Okay, so we borrow the metaphors of the raft. The raft want to get to the shore of inner peace, the shore of inner peace and serenity. Okay, or tranquility. This should be tranquility, inner peace and tranquility. Anyway, and we have the other side of the shore. We have the raft. This raft carry the hearing and seeing nature. Okay. We borrow the hearing and seeing nature. What for? Okay, hearing, seeing natures is a raft, carry the people to their homeland. So that's what mean what we hear, we see, without the human nature or emotion intervenes. Okay, at that moment we are aware that we hear, we are aware that we see. Then no other interaction is create the inner emptiness. Okay, whoever can receive this, okay, can receive this is good. And some people who after hearing this they receive it, but some people are unable to receive it just yet. Then don't worry, because you will receive it later on if you are unable to receive it today. Okay, and this is the when the inner emptiness arises. Okay, so after I said that, anyone here feeling that you receive it? So if you receive it, you receive it. If you not yet, then it's fine. It's not a problem. And this you cannot practice to receive inner emptiness. Okay, no, please don't ask me what you need to do in order to receive this inner emptiness. Okay? We just know that when the message sending to us, okay, they are delayed before human nature and emotion intervene with the mind. Okay, so that's the lightness. Okay, our inner being is very balanced, and when our inner being is very balanced, is simply to awaken our wisdom, and it will help us to make the right choice and the right decision to manage the external circumstances. Okay, before we learning these lessons, okay, immediately we go into react to people, okay, to a message. But now, after we have learned this knowledge, now we will let that delayedness stay a bit longer before the human nature and emotion intervene. Okay, so if we be able to do that, it's very good. It's cool that we can do that, right? Okay, let me invite a couple of people who raising their hand. Please, Miss Nguyễn V. Kim Minh. Okay. So Miss Nguyễn said that, thank you very much, teacher. Today, I actually received this knowledge previously. I heard you explaining this, but I couldn't understand. Only today, I've received this knowledge. Thank you very much. And I have a question, and she has a the questions is that when, as our human being, when the message conveyed to us is go directly to our mind, before the human nature and emotion intervene, there will be the delayedness, and that delayedness is the arise of our inner emptiness. Today she understands it deeply, okay, and she said that her inner being had 3 parts: that the mind, the human nature, and emotion. So there is before human nature and emotion, okay, there's a cultivating process happen here. Okay, don't ask anything. The more you ask, the more you want to dig deeper, the further you stay away from inner emptiness. You just need to know that whenever the message conveyed to you, okay, that message goes directly to your mind, and then it have a delay before human nature and emotion intervenes. You just need to know that, okay. We can't do anything to practice to receive inner emptiness. You cannot do anything to let that delayedness happen or staying longer, okay. But it's happened naturally. Whenever the message conveyed to us, it go directly to our mind, okay, and it creates the space, and that space is the emptiness, and the end result of this happen is the inner peace and tranquility, inner peace and serenity, okay. So if you haven't got to the mentality of inner peace, meditation, then you have not received the inner emptiness, okay. Because I heard that one of the participants told me that some people, they may pretend, okay, they may pretend to stay silent, to keep silent after the message sending to them. So that person may be silent, but inside of them, they're analyzing, they're distinguishing, and they're responding within their mind. That is not the inner emptiness either, okay. So, for example, Miss Nguyễn Kim Minh, she asked about this, okay. If in reality someone told her that, oh, why are you so crazy learning this knowledge? It doesn't do anything for your life. Then Miss Nguyễn may keep silent, but inside of her, in her inner being, she got shocked and she analyzed, saying, why this person telling me I'm crazy? So at that moment, it still have delayedness, but because you already learned this knowledge, you kind of keep silent. Doesn't mean that that is the inner emptiness that you receive, okay. If you be able to receive this knowledge, it's very fortunate for you, because then you'll be able to help everyone around you to receive this emptiness, or to help them to really receive the inner peace in their inner beings. Okay, and it will help you to accumulate merit and good deeds. Okay. Okay, so the person who shared this knowledge is only the bridge to help the listener connect to their genuine truth, to their inner emptiness. For example, there's a people in this Zoom, they're learning this knowledge very good, but they're unable to receive inner emptiness. But there's some people who participate in this Zoom and never turn on camera, never showing their face, they keep silent all the time, but they receive the inner emptiness immediately. Okay, so and when a person receives the inner emptiness, they cannot explain it, they cannot show it, they cannot share how it is, because at that moment of inner peace and tranquility, we don't know how long it lasts. Okay, if we know how long it lasts, we measure by watching the clock, then that is our thinking, is not the inner emptiness. Okay. So do you understand what I mean here? Okay. And I also telling you that you are crazy without give you any warning, right? Okay, because I want you to actually experience the experience that when someone told you you are crazy, then what is actually going on in your inner being. Okay, so remember when you start analyzing, distinguishing within your head, then that human nature and emotion already intervene. Okay, so after we finish the process of inner emptiness, we receive the inner peace and tranquility. So that delightness, that space, okay, is the inner emptiness of inner beings. Okay, and we have already learned this knowledge, so we know that we use our human nature and emotion to keep silent, to slow down the process. That's not inner emptiness either, because there's are people who's a monk practice in the temple. Sometimes they stay in the seclusion for like most of their life, but still they're unable to receive this inner emptiness, to know the genuine truth within themselves. Okay. So if you have not received this knowledge, it's normal. Okay, it's normal, it's fine. At least you know this knowledge. Keep cultivating, keep accumulating more good deeds and merit, and eventually you receive it. Okay. There's a question someone's asked that how can we explain a person who has experience in the emptiness? We can't really explain it, because just like, look, if I'm drinking this water, I cannot explain to you how do I feel. The best I can do is telling you that, oh, I'm drinking warm water, that's all. Okay, hot and cold, it's only me can feel it, I cannot to pass it to you. Okay, so the same with the inner emptiness. Okay, inner emptiness, you either receive it, you don't receive it. Okay, there's no word can explain it, because inner emptiness, okay, is mean that no human nature or emotion intervene, but the end of the inner emptiness is the inner peace and tranquility. That is the highest level of inner peace. Okay, no one can explain to you how is that inner peace like. Okay, but they know. But people who attend this level, they will tell you that this is the best things in life, and it is. Some people also said that this is better than sex. Okay, and some people, they manage to achieve the inner peace and tranquility. They start wanting to have more of it, and then they get attached to the idea of being in inner peace and tranquility. But then they unable to attain it again, and their life will get worse, because those people, they can't do anything else in their life. They won't do anything else. They just don't do anything typically. So they just like being freeze. They're just frozen in front of everything happening in front of them, around them. They don't do anything else, and so other people around them will start criticize them that, oh, why they don't do anything. So that's not the inner emptiness of inner being, okay? Because if you receive the inner emptiness of inner being, other people won't do that, say that to you, okay? But once you get attached to the idea of being inner peace and tranquility, okay, then then you may be in the undoings. So the inner peace is when you be able to raise your state to the third, and raise your state to the third state of inner awareness. Mặc kệ is a state of no feeling, okay, no wisdom. It is not even the third levels of wisdom, because the third level, the first level of wisdom corresponds to the first stage of inner emptiness. So basically, you know everything, but you only choose to not analyze things, not distinguishing. The person who mặc kệ, they don't do anything at all. They totally, the two ideas are totally different from each other. Okay? If we are unable to receive inner emptiness, then you slow down, and eventually you will analyze and distinguish. So that is good also, that's cool also. And one day, hopefully, you don't have to you try so much. At the moment you are trying, right? When the message coming to you, you telling yourself that you need to slow down a little bit, right? So that statement of slow down a little bit, that is your thinking. That's not what naturally happen, right? Okay. Oh, Camellia, I'm going to turn off the camera. Yeah. Pass it to you. Please turn your mic on. So the teacher continued to interact with the participant, respond in the chat box. Whenever you're ready, Camellia, to turn your mic on. Your mic is off right now. So the state of the radiant aura inside of us is very balanced. We can't really feel it, but lucky for us that the wise person has pointed out to us that show us this knowledge. So whenever we have enough good deeds and merit, we'll be able to receive this knowledge. Okay. So you might not receive it yet, but now you know this knowledge. You know this knowledge. So eventually you will be able to receive inner emptiness. Okay. So in the past, every offline event, the teachers often ask all the participants who has received the inner emptiness here. Okay. So at this moment, the more you questions, the more you stray away from inner emptiness. Okay.
So the participant have a question. He was asking about the gratitude and appreciation. If we use the gratitude and appreciation, it's like in ourselves, in the being. So cô anh Trang tiếp đi.
What?
Em chạy không kịp.
Don't worry. Không sao đâu, tại vì cái tốc độ của cô Minh của nhanh lắm luôn á. Nếu mà so với thầy Kiên với lại thầy Toàn mình, tốc độ của Minh nhanh lắm. Cứ kịp chỗ nào thì làm chỗ đó, không sao hết. Kịp chỗ nào thì làm chỗ đó. Tại vì cô Minh có sợ cô không nói là cô mất chữ. Hết giờ. Cái chỗ nào kịp thì làm, chỗ nào không kịp thì từ từ chậm lại một chút, không sao hết. Okay.
Dạ, ok cô.
Hồi khoảng 15-20 phút sau là quen với tốc độ của cổ à.
Dạ được.
Yeah.
Dạ. If we can like manage or control our inner being slowly by slowly, we can get the balance. Like someday when we have the message come to us, after the process, we can receive. Like
Chỗ nào mà mình chưa nhớ từ tiếng Anh thì mình cứ nói tiếng Việt luôn, không sao hết. Rồi mình skip over, mình pass to the next part.
So sometimes, like, they're gonna be the day if the leaf it just like drop on the over the top of the lake. We even know about this. So nếu mặt hồ mà nó dao động quá thì mình sao? So at this point, if you try to understand it, you cannot even understand it. So I always heard the master said like you guys shouldn't ask or shouldn't try to practice that, because the more you try it, the more you get farther from the genuine truth. So you just need to know that you know that you listen, you see, that's it. Do not think about it. The more you think about it, it's gonna getting farther and farther. And usually the master not gonna allow us to ask any question about this. So is it okay? So if you can continue to listen all of the recording, like all the courses before, you're gonna know like the master said, the more you asking question, the more you get away from the cherished truth. So the message, usually the human gonna go straight to the inner being first. So usually it's just the wrath. And this wrath gonna go straight to the inner emptiness, inner peace, the soul. And do not analyze or distinguish or think about this. I always remember the story about a girl step on her foot. Yes, so at that point that I don't really receive the inner peace, but I just delay the process, so I don't let the message go straight in. So let's write the sentence. The result of khởi tạo tánh không nội tâm là trạng thái an vui thanh tịnh. So we write it to remember. Kết quả của việc khởi tạo tánh không nội tâm là trạng thái an vui thanh tịnh. Là trạng thái an vui thanh tịnh. Là trạng thái an vui thanh tịnh. Kết quả của việc khởi tạo tánh không nội tâm là trạng thái an vui thanh tịnh. So that means when the message goes straight to the being, so we're gonna have the delay moment. So when the process is end, people gonna receive the inner being. So if we can delay it, so even though we cannot receive the inner emptiness, but it's already good itself, because we can control the emotion and human nature. Do not asking the question how to practice this or how to receive it, because we don't know how. So there is some a book. Some people like just listen to the singing bowl and they receive it, and they don't even know how long is that. Because if we know how long is that, we don't even receive it. That reason why the more we try to understand it, the more we use our heart to understand it, the more we cannot even receive it. Inner being is the being hear, being see, being know, and being talk. So if a person can receive the inner emptiness, so what do they have? What do they receive? They really understand about themselves. They really understand about the inner being from other people. And they don't need to hear the other people say, because they feel it. They can feel it. So exactly like if a leaf is just fall on the top of the lake, they feel it. So now we can see like some people on the Zoom, people want like really focus to study, and people like don't really pay attention, and people raise the hand. Some people don't raise the hands, or like why some people raise the hand, I just like let them ask question. But some other people, why we don't let them to ask question, because then we can feel them. So in that case, we don't really need to go to the psychic to ask any question, because we can feel it. So whatever we are talking about until now is the inner emptiness and wisdom level 3.
Just like Miss Hương Nguyễn, Miss Lam, Loan Lê, and there's a participant in the Zoom. I'm the most important person to me now. So whoever call me and ask anything, then they are not important. Okay. So is that okay? If no one show us this, okay, we kind of know that being in the present is the most important things. We know about being mindful, right? But we don't know how to live in the present. From be in the present, be in the moment. Okay, be in the present. So I'm the person who thinking about the past the most in this life. Whenever I smell something, I'm thinking about the past. Okay, my hometown or something like that. But now I've learning this knowledge, so we'll be able to live in the present. Okay. So I'm very grateful to the teacher because whatever I learned from him, I can apply it in life. Okay, and this is another statement. Okay, another things in the definition. Okay. Is someone. Okay, we continue with the person with the third level of wisdom. Is someone who always aware of hearing, aware of seeing, aware of speaking, and aware of knowing. Okay, let me slow down. Please write down. Is someone who always aware of hearing, aware of seeing, aware of speaking, and aware of knowing. And continue. Another sentence. Is someone who's embody a state of inner peace and tranquility. Is someone who's embody a state of inner peace and tranquility. Okay? Let me repeat the whole things. Okay. Is someone who always aware of hearing, aware of seeing, aware of speaking, and aware of knowing. Is someone who embodies a state of inner peace and tranquility. Okay, have you done? So let me read the whole definitions of the third level of a person with the third level of wisdom. Okay. So a person with third level wisdom is someone who has an inner awareness that all phenomena, events, circumstances, and people has the natures of inner emptiness. So it's someone who consistently perceives that objects, events, phenomena, circumstances, and people inherently free from problems. Is someone who lives fully in the present, constantly connect to the genuine truth within themselves. Is someone who always aware of hearing, aware of seeing, aware of speaking, aware of knowing. Is someone who embodies a state of inner peace and tranquility. Okay, so after you hearing this, you reflect to your life. Do you feel that you have a little bit of the third level of wisdom? If you have, then you already somehow awaken your wisdom to a certain extent. Just like I think if you be able to live in the present, that is a good thing because there's no other way to do that. If you thinking about the past, what for? Thinking about the future, what for? Just concern that who are you facing right now at this moment in this present and what you concerning. Okay, and the nature of phenomena, events, circumstances, and people has no problems. Okay, people have no problems is because we our interaction with human being. Okay, So at the moment, there is a behavior, there is an action, that behavior, the action have problem, but the people themselves had no problems. So this is the aspects of the third level of wisdom. And then we know that the objects, people, circumstances, event has the natures of inner emptiness. Okay. So after you learn this knowledge, you have a few, you have the information of the person with the third levels of wisdom. And some of you might have this already, but you just need to learn it, to activate it, and then you awaken your wisdom, because no one can bring wisdom to you. Only you can awaken it by yourself. So you listen to this knowledge, and then you receive it eventually. Is that okay? So that's all about the third levels of wisdom. But if you be able to help other people raise their wisdom to the third levels of wisdom, or you be able to help others to receive the inner emptiness, then you be able to accumulate good deed and merit. So if you be able to help support others to raise their wisdom to the third level of wisdom, then you be able to accumulate merit. Okay, and if it's convenient, okay, helping others, we don't have intentions of giving people the third level of wisdom. Okay, because so only if you found that this knowledge is so amazing, you want to share with other people, then you be able to accumulate merit. You don't have an intention, don't set an intention to accumulate merit by sharing this knowledge. Okay, because sometimes people work up their desires, they start being greedy, and they only see for themselves, and that's when you weren't able to accumulate merit. Okay, so a participant said that after he answered these 3 questions, he started feeling inner peace inside himself. Oh, that's cool. Because when you be able to answer these questions, you won't feel bad when you think about the past, or feel worried when you think about the futures. And that is when you reach the third level of wisdom. And a person with the third level of wisdom have trust from others. Okay, and that person is simply to have other people trust in them, and that person have trustworthiness. Okay. So do you notice that most of us, we always have suspects, always have doubt about human life? So if we have the third level of wisdom, it's simply for us to believe in order. With beliefs, we have so believe. When we have the third levels of wisdom, we'll be able to believe. When we perceive about some things that we have not yet experienced, okay, or we perceive about things that we have already experienced. So if we perceive about something that we already experienced and we feel bad, then stop it. Okay. For example, if someone have perceived about the futures that they have a good interview to the mentor class, to the mentor course, then they feel excited about that, then continue. But if you perceive about the futures and to be able to interview to the mental course, but you feel worried, you feel nervous, then there's no point doing that. Stop believing that. Okay, so you believe and then believe and perceive. Believe, perceive. Believe, perceive. So if you perceive about something and it doesn't give you the good feeling, then stop believing in it. Okay? If you perceive about something that you feel angry, okay, something that happened in the past that make you angry, then stop believing in that emotion. Stop believing what already has happened. Okay, only perceive about something that we are currently experiencing, because believe and perceive is a reflection of wisdom. Okay, so when we talk about the material manifestations of wisdom, we will know this. Okay. So at the moment we know the an aspect of wisdom. Okay, so let's reflect on ourselves. What material manifestation we have about wisdom, what energy we have about wisdom. Okay, and by reflecting on yourself, then you can feel that you already have wisdom. Which level is depend on you. Okay, so today we not yet talk about the material manifestation of wisdom, but we only talk about the third level of wisdom. And if you have the third level of wisdom, you'll be able to believe and perceive. Okay, so if you perceive about something that you not yet experienced and you have a bad feeling, then don't believe in that feeling. If you perceive something already experienced in the past and you feel bad about it, then stop believing in it, because it's already happened. Then no point to continue believing in it. And I feel so lucky that the teachers had pointed it out to me. Okay, otherwise I'll continue to think about the past and live in the future and never be able to live in the present. And because the past make me suffering, the future make me worrying. Okay, so I continue to go in the circle of worrying and suffering. So if we perceive about the future, then we let's giving it a vision, visionary prediction. Okay, if we have prediction, then it's then visionary. A vision. Okay, if you have a vision, then you'll be able to achieve it. Vision attainment. Yeah. Vision attainment. Okay, so if the people have visions about their interviewing for mentor 7, okay, and prepare for it, then by the time they get to the interview, they will get it, they will attend it. So if we perceive about the futures, then have a vision about it, and when you have vision about it, you'll be able to attain it. Okay, if you have a vision about the future and you know exactly which day, which time you want to be interviewed, and that day you prepare fully. Some people, they even wearing áo dài in the interview. They prepare rooms that are quiet, and they prepare their meditations that they show their appreciation and gratitude to the knowledge and the teacher, and whatever come, they receive it, they accept it. So if any other teacher do not accept you to the course, I will accept you. Okay, but some other people, they perceive about the future and they think, they said that, oh, I'm worrying if I be able to pass the interviews or not. Then stop believing in your feeling at that moment. Okay, so that is the information about the the third levels of wisdom. So first you will have the third stage of inner awareness, that is the state of inner emptiness, and from that state you be aware that as a human being we have the inner emptiness, we have the natures of emptiness. Okay, and from that the third level of wisdom, we aware that objects, events, phenomena, circumstances and people inherently free from problems, and they be able to fully live in the present, and they connected to the genuine truth within themselves. So that's what we have been talking about. So these are all the knowledge that teacher taught us, and I'm applying to my life, and it's work. So now I transfer it to you. So if anyone that have the third state of inner awareness, they are aware of hearing, they are aware of seeing, aware of speaking, and aware of knowing. So they have the state of inner peace and tranquility. Okay. So first we know that the person, phenomena, events, circumstances, and people has the inner emptiness. Okay. And secondly, we know that all of them had no problems. Okay. And third, we be able to live in the present, fully in the present. And fifth, we always aware of hearing, aware of seeing, aware of speaking, and aware of knowing. And lastly, we'll be able to have the state of inner peace and tranquility. Okay, so that's aware of hearing, aware of seeing, aware of speaking, and aware of knowing. Is that important? I know it's important. Okay, people who don't know about this, they will say no. Then that means they don't have the third level of wisdom yet. And of course, we don't always live in the third level of wisdom, but we alternate. We know when we need to know what is good, bad, false, true, should or shouldn't. Well, we know when we need to recognize that we are the root cause of life, of the problems. The root cause of life originates from us, and we know when we should live in use the third level of wisdom. So the important thing is know how to alternate between these three levels of wisdom. So for example, when you walk into the street and there's a car running to you, then at that moment, if you aware that you're hearing, aware that you're seeing, what happened? What happened to you? Okay, you might, right? So at that moment, you should avoid it. You should use the first level of wisdom to avoid, to run away from that situation. Okay, so we learn this knowledge to apply into our life in order to have improvement in our life. Okay, so often in our life we use the first level of wisdom. Okay, for example, if you go to the garden and you see a poisonous snake, right? And at that moment, if you just aware that you're seeing, aware that you're hearing, aware that you're knowing, okay, that's very dangerous. At that moment, you should apply the first level of wisdom and run for your life. Okay, so if we say that the third level of wisdom is amazing, and we discard the other level of wisdom, then that's no good. The main thing is we need to alternate between them. The first level of wisdom is good. The second level of wisdom is cool. Then we hardly need to use the third level of wisdom. Okay, and at the moment we use the third levels of wisdom into something even better, to apply something even better. That's when we create the mental image of other people, the better image of other people around us, and to keep our mentality clear, to have the clarity in our mind. Okay, and we'll be able to live in the present. Okay, so the third level of wisdom is cool. And it's nearly 10 o'clock. Today the knowledge for today, just receive it. Don't stop thinking, stop questioning, stop wondering, stop concerning. Okay, if you haven't received the inner emptiness yet, then just accept it as it is. And the last few session, I found that a few participants, they are getting better in learning. Okay, some of you don't turn your camera on. I still know it. I know it because you are the most important person. Okay, so I know who is how and what and when. Okay, and today is the 13th session. We still have few more sessions to go. How many words has we learned? Do you know? The whole course that you've learned, the whole courses, we only have 5 words. Okay, the first word is the root cause formula of life. The second word is the human energetic structure. The third word is the triangle of reality. The fourth word is wisdom. And the fifth word is meditation. Okay, so if you are a good student, then maybe we have the 6 and 7 words. Okay, and remember, wisdom, we only get to the 3rd level of wisdom. We haven't talked about the energies and material of wisdom yet. So don't tell everyone that you're learning. There's a lot of things to learn about inner being. Okay, there are only a few things. Okay, when you turn on the light of wisdom, the light of meditation, you'll be able to light up your whole life, and that is good enough. Okay, people want to see the slide, believe to see. So the days that we learn about the material manifestation of wisdom, we will drill deeper into this knowledge. Okay, if you perceive about the future is not desirable, then it's undesirable, then don't believe in it. If you perceive about the past and it's undesirable, then don't believe in it even. Okay, so if anything you perceive is not good, is not desirable, then don't believe in it. Okay, so after today's session, whoever wants to apply in Mental 7, please go ahead. After this week, after this month, I will start interviewing again. So don't worry that you haven't managed to apply yet. Okay. Let's say past 10 o'clock already. I'm going to turn on the mic and we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you very much, everyone.
Chào cả nhà. Biết ơn chào cả nhà. Cô chào cả nhà.
Camelia ơi. Sao rồi?
Tại nay thứ 2 cho nên nhiều khi
nên mình làm thêm vài lần nữa cái mình quen với cái tốc độ á, tại vì tốc độ của cô Minh có cái độ nghĩ của cổ á, nó không có được nhiều như thầy đó. Cái độ nghĩ của cô Minh xảy ra trong chớp nhoáng. Cô có nghĩ nhưng mà cái độ nghĩ của cô Minh á, cô xảy ra rất là nhanh. Tại vì phụ nữ mà không có dương được như nam đâu.
Dạ. Em ngưỡng mộ cô mà em ngồi em làm đã khoảng chắc được chừng 1 tiếng em nghĩ chưa tới. Rồi xong em chuyển qua cô, em check cái email này xong cái đầu em nó lần để cùng một lúc function hai bên.
Đúng rồi, mình phải tập trung hoàn toàn thì mới chuyển ngữ được cái chuyển ngữ. Tại vì mình phải tập trung hoàn toàn vào cái nghe cái người mà người ta đang nghe cái diễn giả á, thì mình mới có thể toàn tâm toàn ý được. Còn mình bị distract á, cho nên là tưởng á. Cái camera nó bị upside down. là mình giống như An Trang cũng vậy, bữa nào mà An Trang mà ngồi chia sẻ mà tự nhiên ở ngoài mà ba mẹ kêu hay là tự nhiên đang chia sẻ cái sực nhớ là cái việc gì tí xíu là mình phải làm là mình bị mất ngay một cái đoạn đó cái thầy cô đang nói luôn, coi như là mình out of place luôn á. Cho nên là cần phải hỏi như là 100% luôn cô lập bối cảnh khi mà mình interpret. Còn cái tốc độ thì thứ nhất là tại vì hôm nay chưa quen á, thứ nhất là chưa quen với lại cô Minh, cái tốc độ của mình, thứ hai nữa là cũng chưa quen với cái nội dung á, chứ thật sự thì Camellia cũng biết hết rồi, nghĩa là chưa có quen với lại là cái nội dung lắm thôi. Ví dụ cái nội dung mà ví dụ mình communicate hàng ngày á thì mình familiar với những cái từ của mình dùng rồi, còn những cái từ này từ nội tâm, cho nên là biết thì biết từ đó nhưng mà lại chưa quen dùng như thế nào trong cái bối cảnh cái câu cấu.
Dạ đúng. Cái này phải tập nhiều, phải nghe cô, ít nhất là em nghĩ là phải nghe cô dịch chắc khoảng 1 tới 2 khóa kìa. Đi
không, đừng có nghe Trang dịch, bởi sao
đó.
tập dịch 1-2 khóa, tập dịch 1-2 khóa có nghĩa là khóa này thì